Oh, will you f***ing stop putting deep dish tires on off-road vehicles? Stop it. We are back to the world famous SEMA show in beautiful Las Vegas. If it is fast, if it is loud, if it is big and bad, it is here. And we are gonna show you some of the greatest Bronco builds from SEMA in 2022. Let's get it. It is no surprise that the #1 Bronco build here at SEMA is located in the Cooper Tire booth. Our Bronco, that's a 2022 Wildtrak built by our friends at Doetsch Offroad. This thing is a monster. We have the Baja kit, pre-runner kit with the King coilover suspension, ADD off-road bumpers, these custom lights, advanced fiberglass ram air hood, and so much more. This thing is live right now. If you want to win it, just go to forge4x4.com. But in the meantime, let's check out some other Bronco builds that are inferior to this one. This Bronco is pretty rad. I haven't seen these fenders before. We got the ADD off-road bumper here with some custom work on the Bronco lettering. That ram air hood is pretty rad. Plus, these fenders are almost 8-inch fenders off the side. That is pretty sweet. These wheels are really epic and really matches the motif. Plus, you got the rigid light bar on here, and I love these pod lights. The interior is set up for some heavy-duty off-roading, and overall, pretty sweet Baja built Bronco. And the McCallan wheels, we got this pretty sweet Bronco built by Doetsch Offroad. Again, they are killing the Bronco game. The same shocks that we have on Pegasus, the King Performance 2.5 adjustable shocks. Got the bomber bumper here. I love what ADD Offroad is doing with their bomber series, and the rigid lights look sweet. We had the rigid pod lights on our last Bronco. I like these. The light dispersion is awesome. That combined with a high test rack provides a really sweet looking Bronco. I love these wheels. And the 40-inch Cooper STT Pros, these are 37s. 40s, monster 40s on here. In the Milestare tire booth, we got this Ford Bronco here, and there's some interesting things about it. That's the first one that I've seen with the Casey highlight, the highlight light bar up there, ram air hood, and the advanced fiberglass fenders. Let's be real, if you don't have advanced fiberglass fenders on your Bronco, is it even truly built? We got the Milestare Patagonia tires. I love the look of those. Rockslide engineering side steps, Dana 60 in the back, and this bumper is really clean. Overall, great build. Love the beadlock wheels as well. In the Schrader booth, we have a Firecracker Red Bronco. Again, big theme is the Rockslide engineering side steps. Those things are awesome. We love them. I like these bronze wheels. We got a zone, looks like upper control arm here. This suspension looks pretty stock, and a worn winch with a factory 55, the super hook right here. This thing is pretty rad, but not heavily modified. Not bad, not bad. All right, in the Vossen booth, we got this pretty sweet Bronco, again with the advanced fiberglass fenders and the ram air hood. Paint match, looks really clean. Rockslide engineering side steps. We have the Terra off-road beadlocks. These are really clean, I like those a lot. It doesn't look like there's any suspension upgrades, but the Toyo tires, those look like 37s or 35s, the open countries. Love the wrap on here, a lot of detail. And in the back, we got the ADD off-road bumpers on the front and the back. Overall, clean Bronco. I'd own this one. All right, we're in the Atturo tires booth. This Bronco is pretty sweet. I love that color. It's like a midnight metallic blue. Looks really rad. Got a little light bar up there. I'm not sure exactly what that is. You got Raceline wheels, the Baja kit performance package that we have on Pegasus, plus the 2.5 adjustable shocks. The Fiberworks X, I think it's the 8-inch fenders that really give that wide stance. Badlands edition here, and overall, it's a solid build. Check out this custom Bronco behind me. Inside is a 427 twin turbo. This thing has been completely restored with 35-inch tires. The engine with aluminum heads looks ridiculous. That is a lot of power for such a small wheelbase. But with those 35-inch tires, I bet this thing absolutely rips. The interior is dialed in. Everything on this is really clean. I do not even want to touch it. I love all the details, like the black handlebars. Everything is black out, plus the side exhaust right here is a really neat fit. You know what I love about these? Like, about the new Broncos and the old Broncos? You could tell with the new Broncos, like, where it came from. There's so many little details from the grill, like the shape of it. They did a really good job with the new Bronco, but I do like these guys. We have a 1970 Bronco we're building right now. It's gonna be a while. It's going through paint still. It's been going for like 6 months, but it'll be fun. Stay tuned for that. All right, behind me is another Doetsch off-road build. This one is pretty rad if you like two doors because it has 40-inch monster Cooper STT Pro tires on it. You got the ADD off-road bomber bumper, but with Baja Designs pod lights. The wheels on this thing are fuel. I do like the look of those, especially with the 40-inch monsters. You would never think that this is a two-door, and what's even crazier, if you saw what this thing looked like before you started building it, it was wild. Cat skin leather interior, lot of awesome details with that center console with white, the steering wheel with white. Doetsch Off-Road and Todd Holsworth did a really good job on this one. And this detail I like a lot. You want to buy it? 100K or better offer. All right, behind me is a 1970-71 Bronco. Love the silver and all blacked out look on it. 35-inch tires. The King dual shocks on the front and back. This is at least 6 inches of lift on here. It looks like it's been fairly well gone through. This is a little fishing Bronco. This thing is rad. All right, we're in the Truck Hero booth, and this two-door Bronco is pretty rad. The Havoc heavy-duty tire carrier is really cool. That thing is gnarly. 37-inch tires with the general grabbers and some true bead locks. You have the Havoc off-road steel bumper plus the Havoc off-road Ewwwe flares. I like these better than the stock ones. I like the advanced fiberglass kit, but if you're only going to go with some flares, these are pretty cool. You have some Havoc trail crawler steps and tube doors. Overall, this would be a really fun little Bronco to go around town or take it on some trails. Oh, and the AVS light shield right there, which again, some people might like it. Definitely will protect from any rock chips or anything. We're in the ARB booth. You know the Australians make some good off-road and overland stuff. This Bronco is pretty heavy duty. The bumper is hefty. And these lights I've never seen before. Those things are monsters. You have the Ultra Hook on the front, plus 37-inch tires. Those aren't OEM, but they put the Bronco logo on there, which is pretty sweet. The wrap looks rad. These tube doors are really cool with a little cover so you don't get a ton of dust in there. The custom seats, custom rack, the rock sliders. Overall, this build is really, really good. And it wouldn't be an ARB build without an ARB up-down compressor in the main compartment in there.
Do you guys trade tools? What's that? You guys trade?
All right, we're at the Warren booth with a pretty special Bronco. This thing is wicked rad. You got BF Goodrich 37-inch tires with some Warren wheels, Dirt Logic shocks with that FabTech chromoly upper control arm, plus a really solid job on the wrap. Got some Ford Performance pod lights. It looks like those are rigids just with Ford Performance covers on it. The Bronco tube doors here, Fab 4's rock sliders, plus a full rack system, OVS awning. There's a lot of really cool things on this Bronco. It's definitely an adventure Bronco, and you know we love our folks at Warren. New bumper on the scene, the Xeon 10S Platinum with the Ultra Hook rope guard. This is a nice Bronco. I like it a lot. Fab 4's bumper in the front. We're in the Rockslide Engineering booth with a Ford Bronco Raptor. Not a fan of the stock fenders, tell you what. And everything else kind of looks like the same Raptor, but you know we love the Rockslide Engineering side steps. These things are super rad, integrated light now, which is great for any of those who are vertically challenged. And with 37-inch BF Goodrich tires, you're gonna need those side steps. We got the factory Fox shocks on there, and yeah, it's pretty much a stock Raptor, but there's some cool things with it. All right, we're in the Air Design booth. I got a Bronco behind me, but it has angry eyes, so it's disqualified. It's disqualified. Stop filming it. All right, I'm at the Expedition 1 booth with the awesome Bronco, big brush guard right here, plus the diode light bar. I hadn't seen that yet. That's a brand new product. That's pretty sweet. The high test rack up here, plus the Wild Peak Falcon tires. These are 38 with the black Rhino. I think those are the Abrams wheels. And you got the carrying case, the mule rack up here with the Pelican cases. And then this is what I really like, the spare tire carrier with the integrated high lift jack. If you come over here, you can see it's not supported on the hinges, it's actually supported on the bumper, but it doesn't disconnect when you open the door. It simply slides out. You're gonna save those hinges, and overall it's a really cool setup, especially with 38-inch beefs on there. All right, on the Quadratec, we got another Bronco, relatively tame, but this is pretty cool. Integrated spot to put some ratchet straps if you have additional load up there. That's pretty clean. You got an RESQ winch. This is just the big bin, so it's not necessarily the higher end trim on the Bronco, but that's a cool little integration. So we got another Bronco here. This is pretty much only for your Florida guys with the big old deep dish, so we're not going to talk about it. There were some other cool things, but. All right, we're at the TrailRax Truck Products booth, and this Bronco is pretty sweet. You got the Cooper All Country Ironman tires, but there's two different sides or two different styles of the steps by Z-Roads that are pretty cool. This is just straight, and if you go on the other side, this one is more of like a step out, two different styles that are pretty sweet, plus they're in development on this rack system. This one currently is only for the Softtop, but I do like how heavy duty it is, made in America steel, pretty sweet. They're gonna develop another one for the hardtop and go from there. But yeah, the side steps are sweet. All right, I'm at the Steelcraft booth with a really cool Bronco. I love the front end of it. You got that paint matched grill, custom grill here, but this bumper is really sweet. Steelcraft, heavy duty, looks like all of the factory sensors are good, and then the side steps on the big bin are pretty hefty. I don't always like the ones that stick out like this, but though you can bang those up and not have to worry about it. Solid build. I'm at the Winbo booth. It's hard to say, Winbo. The Winbo booth with the Ford Bronco. Check this out. The doors on here, if you want to take the doors off and put these on, are super heavy duty, so you're going to be protected in the worst case scenario and still have everything open. Cool integrated rack, even without the hardtop on, you have all of that. You got a full-size spare tire carrier in the back, cool fenders. This thing has like Jeep vibes, even though it is obviously a Bronco. Ton of storage and MOLLE panels on the back. Plus, I love this little shelf. Throw a cooler, throw some luggage and gear. That gives you a ton more space in the back. Winbo. We're at the Baja Kits booth with a Ford Bronco build. Same exact suspension setup that's on our Bronco Pegasus, but this just has a different finish with that blue, which matches the King shocks. You have the reservoir shocks here, the quick adjust, plus the coilover suspension. This is a different fiberglass wide body. It's not the advanced fiberglass. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like the advanced fiberglass one, that's why we put it on, but still, the suspension setup plus the ADD off-road front bumper and that 30-inch light bar looks pretty sweet. We're at the Road Armor booth with a pretty sweet Bronco. We have a set of 35 or 37-inch tires, some Dirty Life beadlock wheels, plus a Road Armor bumper with integrated Smitty-built winch. You got the fiberglass fenders, those are the 8-inch on there, plus the Baja Kit suspension with the paint matching anodized shock reservoir on there. Pretty clean build overall, nice little rock sliders. And Road Armor always does really good work with the fabrication, so it's a clean build. I'm at the TrailRax booth with a really cool Bronco. It's the Fronco Bronco, because the guy named Frank owns it. I like that. Good old Frank. The rack system on here is really cool. Integrated light bar, which I feel like is pretty standard, but it's really clean, and you have these side mounts, so you can put rotopacks, anything you want on it. You got a 90-degree angle right here, so you can mount the Yakima or other things off the back. They got some chase lights, full 360-degree awning, great wrap on it. I love the look of this Bronco. 1552 wheels, Falcon, I think 35-inch tires. Overall, really clean build. TrailRax, check them out. Really cool, good product. I'm in the Overland experience with this Westin Bronco. This thing is pretty sweet. Full on brush guard here. You could hit a deer with no problem and live to see another day. You got integrated pod lights, a super winch, plus 37-inch X-Comp Gladiator tires. I'm not a huge fan of side steps that stick out like this, but those are pretty heavy duty. You could bang them up. Plus an integrated rack. You got an alpha rooftop tent on here. And in the back, we just have a full-size spare. These are 35s, not 37s, interesting. Clean rear bumper with integrated sensors. I'm in the X cargo space with some really cool solutions for a Bronco. Check this out. They have a rail system instead of molly panels, so I just pull it up and go straight out, and there you go. Instead of having to like work through all the different molly panel issues and then to put it back in, just put it in, go down, and you're good to go. These are pretty sweet too. Quick release on the side, allows you to take those off. Great storage solution for an area that is normally completely dead. Check it out, X-Cargo, Broncos, Jeeps, and probably some other partners here soon, but really cool storage solutions. There's a Bronco behind me that has really deep dish and weird tires, and you know that I'm totally against that, and I can't get too close because I don't want to offend them, so we're not really going to show up, but that's a Bronco right there. I'm in the Vision X booth here. We got a Bronco Raptor that has been completely overhauled. I got some really sweet setups on here. I'm not sure exactly what bumper this is, but I love the color two tones. I love the fenders now that they're painted. Not a fan of just the plastic fenders on the Raptor. Vision X from head to toe. Obviously we're in the Vision X booth. This is completed by MaxLider Brothers Customs. They did a really good job. The interior all decked out with some baseball mint leather interior, plus with the hard top off. I love this little bimini top thing. And then you got some huge monster BF Goodrich tires, the factory Fox shocks, and continuing in the back with a MaxLider spare tire carrier and a full-size spare. This thing was really well put together. This is a really cool Raptor, and it's for sale. Hit them up. And the winner for the most colorful Bronco goes to this Best Top Bronco. One thing that is pretty cool about it, their solution, if you want a like half soft top, you don't want the whole thing to be a soft top and keep that hard top on the back, this is a really cool solution. Can't go wrong with those seat covers. Looks like Barbie's Bronco. Some people may like it. I like the white wheels actually, the method wheels, not bad, but most colorful Bronco at the show. I'm in the Westin booth with a really rad Bronco here. We got a Westin front bumper with that brush guard, 4 pod lights on the front, plus the Westin rack, which I would like a little bit wider, but I understand why they did it. It's just, that's gonna provide the most support. You have a ton of storage on top, some rock sliding steps that are functional method wheels, Camberg suspension with upper control arms, and then this is pretty rad. You got the full-size spare tire with a full jack, so you don't have to worry about damaging your vehicle with a high lift jack. Flush mounted lights in the back, and looks like fake bead locks, but that full-size spare is supported on that bumper, and I like that it's kind of offset because you have that jack on the other side. I'm in the Havoc booth with a pretty awesome Firecracker Red Bronco, AVS Bushwhacker front corner guards right here. Plus this bumper by Havoc is actually really clean. I like that it wraps all the way around. You have some integrated pod lights, a couple super hooks, and then on the side, they just deleted the fender, which it's definitely a look that some people like. You have the bronze wheels, looks like stock suspension besides that, but also some cool Power Step XL. Is that actually, oh, there you go. Like that. That's pretty sweet. This Armadillo Liners Bronco is pretty sweet. You got Rhino line all the way around. Really nice finishing with that bodyguard bumper. Massive 43-inch tires. These things are 40-inch monsters. Looks like 20-inch wheels. Full suspension setup. I don't even know what's going on with this thing, but I like it. We got another Bronco here with some big old deep dish tires. We don't like deep dish. We don't like it. Don't like it. Stop. All right, we got Project Cars Bronco here, Firecracker Red. I like that front bumper, but these Hercules tires are really interesting. I haven't seen those before. We got a Skyjacker lift suspension with a high test rack by Mule up here. And then So the spare tire carrier on the back is also pretty sweet. The integrated rear reverse lights, and then this is just another way to reinforce that monster of a tire. All right, we got a bodyguard bumper, two-door Bronco here with a huge grill guard, little brush whacker, 40-inch monster tires with this side step is actually pretty sweet. Bodyguard side step, and then suspension, you got a belt tech lift on there. I'm not sure what shocks. And in the back, you got a ton of stuff. A crazy exhaust. I don't know what you're gonna tow with a two-door, but you know that you do have that option. Cute little two-door 40-inch Bronco. Yeah, these pop open, little storage unit in there. This is I mean, the two-door Broncos are kind of cool. If you don't have friends, it's awesome. All right, we got this bodyguard bumper Bronco here with a Baja kit matching. Nope, nope, nope. Can't see the wheels. Can't see the wheels. Will you f***ing stop putting deep dish tires on off-road vehicles? Stop it. Stop it. Go home. Stop. Stop. Stop it. That is a wrap. I hope you enjoyed that video and seeing some of those amazing rigs. If you didn't know, we're giving away that Ford Bronco that you may have seen in the Cooper tire booth that we call Pegasus. Go to forge4x4.com to check it out. If you want more content like this, hit that subscribe, consider hitting that bell. We appreciate it, and we love everyone who's been following us from the beginning. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. So we'll see you next time, Forge Nation.